Hey everybody, welcome back to Rail Route. Hope you're having a good day. We got some chaos that's gonna take place today. All right, it's gonna be a chaotic day in our little mini series. I'm not sure how many videos are left. Maybe maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. We'll see. I picked the small map for a short series. You know, it's nice to have short things every once in a while. I've been observing this, okay, and this area here, like I upgraded all these tracks. We don't need these to be upgraded. All right, certainly not as much as they are. They don't need to be the top level. So we're going to get a whole bunch of this money back. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one because that one's really busy. No, actually I'm not. I'm going to take that back because it doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to get up to speed. And yeah, it's fine. I think I want, because I've been observing this, right? And there's a train that's going to come out of East Market here. It's going to come down here. And it's going to come all the way through here, right? Because it's going to Anacostia, okay? Actually, the one that comes out of here, I think, goes to Columbia. It might be Anacostia. I forget. Anyway, the point is, it's going to cross paths with this train who wants to come up here too, okay? So when this train appears, it's passing through. I want it to be going as fast as possible so that it gets the hell out of the way. So I'm actually going to upgrade this section of track from here to here, here, and here, and here. All right. And then I think what we'll do is we'll just make this section right here be really fast. So the passing train can just get right onto it and get out of the way. Okay. And the reason why I don't want these things to be upgraded anymore is because we end up with this situation where there's a train waiting anyway. And 4 is about to get traffic coming to it as well. Okay. I don't know if it's this train or which train it is, but there's another train that's going to go to 4 pretty soon. All right. And basically what we end up with is a train is not going to leave in time. And this guy's going to have to stop. And that's because of the way the timings are. The way the timings are for everything, it's just how it goes. Okay. And so he's going to have to wait anyway. It sucks, but it's just kind of the way it is. Hopefully this guy gets out of the way, because otherwise he's going to be in the way going to Anacostia. He's going to be in the way, so this guy's not going to leave. He's going to have to wait to leave. I'm trying to avoid waiting times. Going along that note, you're going to see how this train here, there's only one locomotive. All right, that's different than these other trains. Like this one here, for example, these guys have 2 locomotives. So no matter which way they're going forward. Okay? You have one engine that's pulling and one that's pushing. You have that. They can go top speed. I can, they're going to come over here, automatically turn around and go back the other way. But the freight trains, they can't do that. Freight trains only have one engine. And so you can see it's going that way. It's pushing. And these trains do not like pushing. It does get out of the way in time now. Look at that. The trains do not like pushing. They go a lot slower when they push. So if I want to have more trains on this network, I need trains being able to go, get where they need to go, and get the hell out of my way. Same thing with this one here. I think we don't need, we need to remove some of these routes, okay, is what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking this one here is going to go. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Because we just have too many trains that are coming through here, and I'm going to get rid of it. There's no penalty for rejecting that, and we can just get that out of the way, okay? So that guy's going to leave, and that's... Well, he should be leaving. He should be leaving is what he should be doing. Get out. Go away. No? You're going to want to go anyway? Okay. Well, it is what it is. He wants to do it anyway. We'll get you to here, I guess, and get you out of the way. Because it's just, it's too congested. We have these conflicts, these little conflict points I'm trying to avoid, right? And another conflict point we're probably going to have problems with is this area over here. So... these freight trains, right? They come into DuPont, all of them facing forward into the station, but when they leave, they all are going in reverse. They're all pushing instead of pulling. Way, way slower. I want to change that today. And we're going to use some creative new tools that we have to make that happen. Okay? I also need to get more routes going. So you can see we got our gold star right here when we get to 20. Spoiler and a little bit of a flashback tip for you. I recorded the first 3 videos of this playthrough all in one sitting, And the first 10 minutes of my Let's Play for this, the footage was corrupted. I don't know how it happened. So I had to re-record the first 10 minutes and act like it was the first time. Yeah. And the only way you can tell is because there was already a gold star on Washington when I clicked it. It's because I'd already done the up to 3, right? Video 3 was already done. So I already had the gold star. So anyway, there's a gold star here, 21. And then 25 is where we get to tier 3. And the tier 3 is where we get the routing sensor. And oh man, I want this. Because it's going to make my routes a lot easier. We can eliminate a lot of track. We can eliminate a lot of different signals. It's going to be great. We can definitely have a much more organized network as soon as we get that routing sensor. It's going to be great. But on the red side, we're only halfway to the star on the red side. Yeah. So you get a gold star at 20 here. And then you get your next one. You get it when you get all the way to 60 routes. I believe all 60 have to be on time too, I think. So yeah, that's a thing in the cycle. So anyway, what I want to get to is we have tunnels, which is awesome. If you know me, I love tunnels. We also have the shunting track. And this is kind of interesting because we can set up a group for shunting. You can put in a shunting track, if you will, like this. And there's something called a coach yard, which I have never used before, and I'm not sure what that is. So I'm going to have to research that. The coach yard seems interesting because it looks like it's going to take up a lot less space. So might look into that too. All right. So how are we going to go about turning these trains around, right? Because I want you to see how this works, right? This train comes in, it's facing forward. It parks itself in here. When it decides to go back, though, it's going to push. I would love for this thing to have the majority of its trip going forward. Dude, just get out of here. Leave. You're no longer part of our system. Just beat it. I would love these trains to be facing forward when they leave. The only way to do that is to get this train to back into the station. Okay? And backing into the station, well, that's something we have to install instructions for that, right? So how do we get this train to go forward the majority of the way and then decide to back into the station? All right? That's what we're going to do right now. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove this arrival sensor, right? We're not going to be using it. Second thing, I'm going to add a shunting sensor to that, okay? Shunting circuit to that, okay? And then we're going to back it up one. No, we're going to back this up, yeah, like that, okay? Then we're going to use the new shunting sensor, and this sensor is going to go right here. Now, the shunting sensor is interesting, and I actually need to add some track here first. So first I need to go like that with the track, and I'm actually going to move this part of the track back to here. Just bring it back one, I guess. Okay, so here's how this works. First, we need to select the sensor, all right? We need to select the signal. Now, we're going to set up a shunting rule. All the trains that pass by this, if they meet the criteria for the rules on this, then the commands will be configured into the train, okay? So what we want is all trains headed to DuPont. So that takes care of that. If you're headed anywhere else, this sensor won't trigger for you, okay? But we don't want any commuter trains and stuff to have this. If we end up sending any commuter trains to DuPont, we don't want that to be a thing, okay? So we don't want any. We want specific train combination or compositions, right? So in this case, it's trains that have only one locomotive at the front of the train. These are trains that are pulling currently, right? They're going forward. They're going towards the signal, which is signals right here. So that's what we want. We don't want this to apply to anyone who's already going backwards, and we don't want this to apply to any trains that already have two locomotives to work with, because there's no point in them executing these commands if they have two locomotives and if they're already backwards, right? We don't want that. Okay. Next step then, all right? The commands. What we want to have happen here is we want the trains who are coming through to go here. If you meet the criteria, this is a freight train, for example, that's on its way to DuPont, and you have only one locomotive and it's in the front, we want you to deviate from your route temporarily. You're going to go to this signal. Then you're going to go in reverse. That means you are now going to be forward, 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 and now you're in reverse this way. See what I did? I made the train go backwards into the station, and you're going to go that way. All right. Now, this is not this platform. It's all platforms. It took me it was a little confusing for me too, because I was like, why can't I select 3? It's actually all platforms. It just happens to be located here on that. But if you hover this, it'll highlight both. All right, that's how that works. It goes to platform by schedule. So if the train is supposed to go to platform 3, it'll do that. Platform 1, or 2, it'll do that. And going along this note, this is going to add some serious chaos to this, because now we're going to have trains moving around and needing to shuffle. It's going to create conflict in this area. So to help with that conflict, we're also going to go ahead and turn on all of these. We're going to add the sensors to them, and we're going to make sure that everybody can use them. Okay. Now we're going to I'm going to be altering some of my routes and stuff so that some of the trains go to 4, some of the trains go to 1, etc. But that's going to allow these trains to get the hell out of the way. So they're going to come up here really quick, turn around, and get back into their station, and they're going to sit there, right? So every train that comes in this way, if you're a freight train, every single one of you are now going to deviate and back into the stop. That means when you leave, you will then be going forward and can now achieve full speed. Perfect, right? That's what we want. One last thing we need to do, though, is on this side, I want these trains to be utilizing this track. I don't want them to get in the way of other ones coming in. So I will need a track here, and we're going to go ahead and put in a sensor here for now. And this one is going to be going that way. Okay, so if you're going to Benning, you go that way. No. I don't think I can do that because I don't have, I need the route sensors for this. This is where I'm talking about, like, route sensors are so much more helpful here. I can't do that because some of these guys are going to Roslyn, right? If the train's going back to Roslyn, it's gonna do some, it needs to get to this track in order to do that. So it has to come down this route. This is gonna come this way only if it's going to Roslyn and then down. That's no good. Now let's make sure we redo this. So this right here, you're gonna go to this one. Actually, I think routing sensors I need to have this one too, right? Direct them to this one if you're going to this station, this one if you're going to this station. Man, I really want that routing sensor. We're gonna work on that. Trying to get the routing sensor today is what I'm kind of working on here. This is a problem too. This train, it starts from 1, right? And then it has to go all the way over here, and it holds up every other train that's trying to get through here. And you end up with trains that it's a conflict, right? I think we need to change that maybe to come out of 4. That way you can just do this and get, I don't know, you come from this side instead, so trains can leave. I don't know. We'll have to figure that out too. This area is not that clean. Routing sensors will be a huge help here. I'll have everything really, really, really clean once I have routing sensors. Okay. So how does this actually work? Like, if we're going to see this in action, how does it work? Well, first off, this one here is a good example, because what this one's going to do is it's going to pull into 3, and then it has a delay, right? We're going to have to put shunting commands in for this too. So first thing I need here is stabling sensors here and here. I need all these to have stabling sensors, I think. I have no idea if they're actually going to use them the way I intended, but I need them. Now, a couple of these can stable over here instead, right? We can bring them over here instead. So this one here, for example, what we can do is we can have this one, let's say, yeah, any, I guess. Any composition. I mean, I only want the freight trains to do it. So let's say if you come in, none of you should be coming in from this side. So I guess it would be this way, right? You come in, and if you're facing this already, everyone should be backing in here. So you should be facing like this. So stabling here, and then we'll have you configure I'd like you to get over into here. That's the thing. So I'd like you to get into here. And then go in reverse to this side. Wait 6 minutes. And then proceed to... Not this signal. Well, you'll be backing in, right? You'll be forward, and then you'll be backing in, so you won't trigger this. So then you're just going to go to the signal and then go to the platform by schedule, whichever platform it is by schedule, right? That's how that works. Yeah. All right, so since you're already backing in, you shouldn't trigger that. And it'll just proceed from there. I think that's how that will work. Okay. And then this one here, it's kind of the same thing. We're going to have you, same thing. You're going to, not that. You're going to go to signal, and then you're going to come down here, reverse, wait 5 minutes, and then you're going to come up here and go to the station. All right, and then you, same thing, only this time we're going to make sure that you are using the other one. So stabling rule here, you're going to go, well, the problem is, right, is if I get a train that's got a layover, or delay, right? They are going to go over here or here, and they're going to wait. And so anyone who wants to turn around isn't going to be able to do so now. So this is how to be strictly a turnaround. Nobody stables here, right? Everybody who stables needs to stable over here on this side. So what I need is another one. That's what I need is another one. So we're going to go ahead and move you to this side. Let's move you to like that. We're going to add another track like this. Okay. We're going to add another signal, which is going to get reversed. And then you're going to go like that. Okay. And then we're going to have you all have the sensors, whatever they're called. Have all of that happen. Okay. And then what we want then is for you guys, all these stabling rules, right? They are going to end up, say go to signal, you're going to end up going to this one now, then go to reverse, then you're going to wait 5 minutes, and then you're going to come back to the station by the schedule, right? Okay, so some of these are going to stable, and like we'll have 2 of the stations stabling here, 2 of them stabling here, and we'll just make sure that we offset those routes a little bit, okay? I think that's for the best. So right now you're stabling here. We don't want that. We're going to delete that, have you go to signal, and then you are going to go to, oh goodness, I don't remember which one we're going to here. Let's see. So you're going this way. That's 2. 2's going this way. 1 is also going this way. So that means 3 needs to stable into this one. Reverse, wait 5 minutes. Or not wait 5 minutes, wait until there's 5 minutes to your route. Then go here and then go in here. All right, so the stabling commands have been altered so that no train ever stables here. I like that. Then final thing is I need to have you go into this side. All right, now that we've got everything in order, you can see that it's like some of these trains are going to be going this way. I need to get them to come this way, but I can't have them occupy this track until I've got the routing sensors. So for the time being, we just need to have a few trains stopping here. But this is going to show us the plan in action right here, okay? And what I kind of want you to do, if I change your route real quick, what I kind of want you to do is I want you to use station 4 because we haven't used it yet. So I want you to use station 4 instead, okay? So this should all work out that way. And now you'll need to arrive in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. So let's see this in action. Train is going forward. It's pulling the trailers. And then it's now going to be redirected because it fits the criteria for the rules for this thing. It's going to get redirected all the way over into here. It's going to get told to turn around. It doesn't turn around. It just goes in reverse. So it's going to go in reverse. Then it's going to get redirected from this signal into the station that matches where it needs to go. All right. That's perfect. I like it. That's not what I need to do. Stop that. I also would like to install in here because I don't have these anymore. I don't have these yet. We need to install these in here too. Okay, good. And then we can adjust these as we go. But most of the stuff is managed by the other sensors in here. So now this train has parked differently. It's parked with the locomotive at this side. It arrived slightly late. And that's because instead of getting in there directly, it took time to do this, and it's going to slow it down. So, you see where I'm going with this. Because it's all slowing down, we need to speed up this track so that these trains which do this very quickly. All right. So if you're going to do it, you do it really fast. And that's what we need to do. So we're going to have you go like this. That way, the stabling process is very fast. And I think it should help a little bit. All right. Now we'll have to see what happens to this train now. You should have new stabling commands, but you don't. Okay. Well, I mean, I could say any, but I don't want it to apply to every train. I don't know. Maybe it's this signal that I selected. So the train's locomotive is going to this. It should have gotten those commands. Should have gotten the command to go here. I'm not sure why it didn't. So I'm going to have to enter it just to see what happens here. So first thing I want you to do is go here. Oh, maybe that's why. Can I see the commands? All right. So you've been told to go to this signal first. I think I want to get rid of that. How do I get rid of just that one right there? I don't think I can. This will delete it from the backside. So I have to delete it all the way up. It doesn't let me do that, though. It won't let me select this, but it has to select this one first before it can go here. That's weird. Wait 5 minutes, go to here, and then go into the sign. That's technically correct, I think, but it's not working. So I need you to go there, reverse, wait 5 minutes, go back to, well, no, not that. Go back to this one, and then here. Okay. So this is what the signal is supposed to enter. It's supposed to bring it into here, but for some reason it didn't work. So you're here, and then you're going to wait, and now you're facing in reverse. So when you go back to the station, you'll be backing up. Okay? How's this place doing? I hear a lot of bling, 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 bling. So I'm wondering if I've got it all messed up here. Seems good for now. All right, you're waiting. Well, yeah, that makes sense because this guy's in here for 28 minutes. You're not waiting for him, right? You're waiting for 2. You have to be waiting for 3. You're waiting for 3. So see how that, I think the train, right? It's too fast. I've upgraded these tracks and that's too fast. So you're going to end up having to wait anyway, which isn't great, but it is what it is. It's fine. It's fine. For now, it's going to have to be fine because I'm not doing anything about it right now. It's just weird that didn't get the stabling command entered into it at the time. That's a little weird. So let's see what happens here. You're going to go to 3, right? And 3 currently has been told to stable here. Okay. I'm foreseeing a potential issue here. I'm seeing a potential problem here. I don't know if you're supposed to have this be the very first command. I don't remember. But either way, you're supposed to do that. I think, actually, what I probably should do is we can have everybody arrive the first time here in these 2. And then the second arrival can always be these 2. If we do it that way, then we can ensure that there's only 2 trains stabling at once and they are using different ones. All right, so maybe that's what we'll do. So you go here, you reverse, you wait some time, then you hit this and you go back. That's the commands that we're supposed to be giving it. So we'll see how that works out right now. That guy's late too. Yeah, a little bit. These guys are leaving. They have to wait. See this guy? He's... Okay, wait. This guy's trying to go to Roslyn. Oh my gosh. Wait a minute. How did you... Why are you here? Hold on. You're supposed to be at Benning 3. But you went into Benning 2. This is a river... Okay, I don't like this route. This is a Riverdale, Benning, Roslyn route. And it's supposed to... Now, I probably accepted this. I don't know when I accepted this, but I don't like this contract, and I'm going to delete it. I'm going to get rid of it. You can do that. You don't have to accept things that don't jive with you. You don't have to accept things that do that. So off you go, train. Get the hell out of here. All right. So it did not get the commands. It didn't give it, and I don't know why. It's supposed to work, and it's not, and that's annoying me. Maybe it's because the next leg is... No, next leg direction is... Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe with the next leg direction being bending. Well, I mean... applies for all stations, I guess, is what we should be doing here, right? Maybe that's how we do this. Let's add this again. So you are going to go to here, 5 minutes, go back, and go back. All right, let's have you do that. So you're going to go around now is what you should be doing. All right, and this one here, she's going to go to Benning, but it didn't. This is the last train that didn't reverse. So it's going to, or didn't do this little reverse thing. So it's going to be going backwards the whole time. All right. Trains are moving through. We're starting to get conflicts. Starting to have trains waiting all the time. It's blah, blah, blah. I definitely want to see the stabling commands start getting entered into these guys is what I'm hoping to see soon. I'm just not seeing it. So again, you are now coming back. So that worked. You're backing in. And now when you do leave to go out of Riverdale, the 2,000 meters you travel here, plus the station, plus all through this, you're going to be going forward throughout all of that. And that's great. Apparently you were told to go to 4. Oh, well, there was a conflict on both tracks, isn't there? Why are you here? You're white. Are you supposed to just... I don't know. Are you out of here? You're supposed to be out of here. Yeah, so we're having there's definitely some chaos going on over here. I don't exactly know how that happened. We were very smooth here, and I think it's just I've added one too many trains to this. And I think that's where it all went bad, because this guy is now not moving, right? He's not moving, and that's a problem. So I need this guy to hurry up and go. Get out of here. Yep, and now we have this train being late. We're going to have a lot of trains being late here unless I can get them moving. Quickly. These things should take care of themselves, but honestly, I don't have the best confidence in it. This one's just a freight, so it should stay. It should work the way it's supposed to work. And actually, what we could do on this one is I can adjust it to where it's going into 1 now. Because we don't use 1 very often, I can have you redirected into 1. So I need to start spreading these trains out. Because you don't want this. This is horrible. You don't want this. You don't want trains just waiting for each other. You're supposed to be going to 3. Why aren't you? There's an extra... I see what it's doing. You first. Get out of here. I see what it's doing. It's reserving. It was reserving an extra bit of track was being reserved right here. There we go. Yeah, I definitely need to get some of these trains out of here. There's too many of them. And it probably would be a good idea to just like watch my network for a bit and just say, hey, how's that schedule coming? This is a Riverdale, Columbia, Roslyn train. It only goes forward, right? And this is an intercity train. Intercity trains, they just enter from one side of the map, they stop at one destination, and then they pass right on through another destination. So the only place that matters that they stop is right here. Okay? And of course, they're going to be going here to go to Roslyn, so he'll just exit, and he'll just get out of here. There's another train we could do this with. This is Brentwood to Columbia to Roslyn, but there's currently no way for them to get from Brentwood to Columbia to Roslyn directly. They have to go through Benning. I really don't want anyone going through Benning. It's too much. It's also too long of a route. I don't need that. So why don't we look at changing that and getting that to work better? So why don't we go ahead and buy this track, do this, do this. Let's not have this. Let's get rid of that. Bye. Okay, this is where everybody arrives, and that's it. And then these guys will continue through here. So what we want to do now, I think it's time to spend a little bit of our red points. I'm having an idea. I've never used the tunnels before, but you know what? We're going to try it. Tunnels. Let's go ahead and grab Shunting Track too, because it might unlock... opening up a shunting group, and that's might be also what we need. I can set that up over here maybe. Okay, so here's what I think we can do. I'm hoping we can do. I don't want trains to come through here because they will trigger that signal. And if they trigger that signal, then they'll then go to Roslyn, right? This is another point where having a route sensor instead of this regular plain old relay sensor, there it is going to matter. You don't want to trick the relay sensor. So we're going to take this track and go like this. There we go. Now we're going to take the tunnel. Ooh, seems pretty cheap too. 20. Seems very cheap. Too cheap. Like this. Ah, okay. There we go. Now it's 40,000. Okay, that's very expensive. I'm not sure. I was kind of hoping we could go under these signals, but it doesn't look like we can. Because if I could go underneath the signals, I'd be able to, turn this around and have it come in right through here. But it doesn't look like I can do that. And there is not enough space to turn around here. There's no way. Yeah, there's no way I can turn around here. There's not enough room. So my tunnel idea is not going to work on this side. But we can still do this. We can come through like this, come straight down, have you come curve over, have you go like that. And then we can just have the signal go here and the relay go here. And then have you go there. All right, so now for the departure sensor, if you're going to Columbia, you're going to hit this one. And if you're going to Roslyn, you'll hit this one. And if you're going to Benning, you will hit this one. So that's in order now. What I should be able to do, is go straight to Columbia and then to Roslyn, okay? Now, these inner city trains, they are the same as the freight trains, where they have only one locomotive, and they can typically be something else. Sometimes they can be very long, too. So I'm thinking, like, you're going to come this way, and then you're going to have to come back in reverse. Totally could do that. There's not that big of a deal to do that. However, in order for them to actually do this, though, we're going to need signals here. I want departure sensors here and here. And I need to set these up so that they are going the right way. For now, it's just Roslyn on these. And we can always try it a different way some other time. But at least we have that. All right. So now this route, I can go ahead and just confirm it. Come through here. And let's have you... Yeah, you can go to 3. Or 2. Actually, let's try the turnaround. We can do it right here, okay? If we can do the turnaround, not sure we can, but if we can, we would want to have a shunting sensor. It's impossible to place it there. Okay. It's going to be immediately in here then. And then this signal needs to be right there. And then the relay sensor needs to go here and go that way. And then this is an arrival sensor, which can no longer work in this area. But maybe that's okay. I don't know how these two things work together. You know what? I think maybe we just take this one out. Can you even go to Columbia directly now? Because this signal's in the way. You can't directly make it to Columbia now. I don't know about this, guys. Maybe it won't work the way I thought. There's not a lot of room here. Not a lot of room. The only thing I can think of is doing this. And then just having this, go to Columbia. But the issue here, of course, is like now all the trains are going to get redirected out this way and they're going to bypass this. Which isn't what I want. So we're going to get rid of that, We're going to go like this. We're going to move this back. And we're just going to try it. All right. We're just going to see how it goes. All right. So the shunting sensor. If you are coming at me and we're using this signal. So this is red in reverse, basically. It's not talking about a signal that's pointing in the left. It's talking about the signal that you are selecting, which is this one. So it's going to be only one locomotive at the front. And yeah, at the front of the signal, right? And your destination is Columbia, okay? If the train visits Columbia and they're coming through here, this is what I want you to do. And it has to be the very next visit. I could do remaining visits. Actually, this is a better way to do it because I don't want trains to turn around. Maybe they're going to Columbia and then they do want to proceed to Landover. This would still trigger for them. So what we could do instead, because I didn't notice that this other option existed, we could say Roslyn, Brentwood, DuPont. Okay? We could do that. And then we could say in remaining visits. So a train, for example, that's coming through here, it's going to Columbia and then Landover. It does not have Roslyn, DuPont, or Brentwood in its path. So it won't trigger this. I think I'm reading that correctly. So now this shunting rule will only affect trains that are going to be heading the back, like going back the other way. Same condition here, same condition here. All right, the commands for this. So for this, we want to deviate, of course. So we're going to have you come out. I think maybe we can just do it like this. Man, I don't know. We're kind of not using these, are we? these ones right here are not getting used. What I'm thinking I want to do though is something like, it's going to need to be coming from a different spot though. I think maybe it needs to come from here. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. It's just I'm trying to like get away from these to allow me to go here without actually needing to pull out. So why don't we say it goes like this? I'm going to make like a shunting yard is what I'm thinking here. This is like the group, right? The shunting group. So that everybody can do this, right? Is what I'm kind of trying to do here. And so now what we get is signal there, 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 and there with another signal on this side. Got to be nice to have these things be longer. I want these to be longer. Well, it'll just be the way it is for now. Like that. And then we want these little sensitive things on all of these. Oh, I'm out of money already. Wow. I'm out of money. That was quick. All right. I kind of don't like this train either. It just holds up the whole setup. I think maybe this is one of the trains that's kind of slowing things down a little bit. Not that one because it fits in perfectly, but there's another one I think that's a little bit sloppy, and it's it comes right down. Yeah, that's fine. I like that. It just flows right through. Okay, so see again, it's not getting the signal. It's not getting the commands for this again. I don't know what I did wrong. Next leg is DuPont. Yeah, that's what it is. Next leg starts at DuPont. What did I do wrong here? This train. Next leg direction. I mean, it doesn't matter what the next leg direction is. Not handled by other rules. I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. All of them, right? And then I guess I can choose any composition. Maybe I just need to do any composition. Because maybe the composition is wrong here somehow. I didn't think it was, but maybe it is. Okay, so you were supposed to go where now? That way. Okay, so we're going to have you with the shunting commands. We're going to have you go here, here. I'm probably missing something, and I just don't know what it is. But I've got to be missing something in this so that it's not working. This is to Roslyn. Yep. Go there to Roslyn. And then you are going to go there to Roslyn. And hell, we can actually put this in for Columbia. You can go straight to Columbia now if you want to, because you have that ability. There you go. You can do it too. This one's to Roslyn. This one's to Columbia. This one's to Benning. All right. All of these should have that option, really. So this one, this one, this one, like that. All right, again, I'm gonna have to tweak this and try to figure out exactly why that doesn't work. But what I'm hoping to set up here is a reason to use this. This is a shunting track. Built on track creates a shunting group or adds the track to an existing one. So if I do this, I've never used this before, but we're going to say this is shunting group. I mean, it's 1 or 2, right? So I guess 1. Shunting group 1, okay? How does it work, though? I don't know. I don't know. I'm out of money. I was out of money anyway. Maybe it's already done. Maybe it just works. You know, maybe it just works. They're right ahead here, right? But the idea was that any train that's coming this way and is going that way, you would then get turned around within the group, okay? So what we want you to do is... Oh, you know what it is? I bet I know what it is. I bet it's... I bet I need this to be ahead of it. Is that how that works? Maybe not. Yeah, this one here, right? We got it. At least I thought I did. Yeah, this is the rule. And then you go... Oh, one more. This is why. Right there. Okay. And then we actually need all of these to have them too. Maybe these ones, because we might use them. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so we have all these. Gosh, this is taking forever. And then the last thing I want to do is have you go up like that. Okay, now if you do that, you're not going to be able to get into 3, but you can get into 1 and 2. So 3 and 4 are kind of used more for like through tracks. And then anyone who is coming this way into the station but turning around and going back that way, they would come into 1 and 2. Because these tracks support that. That is the hope, I think. We will see how that goes. No idea. So once more here. Here we go. Okay. So we want you to go to the group. Yep, right here. Go to shunting group. All right. And now, what does that even do? I don't know. I'm going to have to look that up. There is no tutorial for the shunting groups, for grouping. There's no tutorial for that. So I don't know how to work it. But we're going to find out because I want to get a route going that'll do it right now. So we should have this route right here. And we're going to have you go into 2 because you can. And then go to Roslyn. And everything should line up here. So let's go ahead and accept that. And we'll see a train come through here, okay? So let's see how this behaves. And then I can figure out how to tweak it from here because it's clearly being a weird... And, I mean, I'm clearly not as educated about it as I need to be. But maybe it'll work. So this train fits the criteria that I laid out here, right? It's going to Roslyn. At some point in its route, Roslyn is there. So it gets directed to the shunting group. The shunting group. Okay, so go to the shunting group. That's 1. But it doesn't seem to have done... Oh, you know what it is? It's this. Hang on. It's this. It's always this. I never forget. Or I always forget to do that. There we go. Okay, so you go into the shunting group. And then we have this group. I'm wondering how I can... Like, how do I actually tell this group that this is like part of it, you know? It's so weird. How do I make this rule exist? Built on a track that creates shunting group or adds the track to an existing one. Shunting groups consist of shunting tracks with the group identifier configured. Is there really no tutorial on this? Did I just overlook it? There's no tutorial on it, but I can kind of see this video. But I guess I'm confused as to... Oh, I need to put the group sensors on all of these. Okay, hang on. The group sensors go on all of these, I think. Which I can't... I don't have any money. I don't have any money, guys. So maybe... Yeah, okay. Okay, I see. They're part of 1. Okay, so this is going to now allocate. fair. You'll go to 1. Okay, you go to the shunting group, and then you go to shunting group. There it is. Okay, yep. Group, and then I want you to reverse. I want you to, you don't need to wait or anything. You're just going to go back over to station by your schedule, okay? That's going to be the route. Now, of course, this one here, I don't think it's actually going to do it anymore because it didn't trigger like it should have. So what we want to do now is we're just going to do it manually. And then we're going to tell it to go in reverse. And we're going to tell it now to, it's already doing, it's going in reverse now. So now we're just going to want to get the track to where it will pull it right into where it needs to go. All right, so it's going to 2. We're going to do this a lot more elegantly after this. I'm just like learning this on the fly. So this is now part of group 1 like that. And then all I need to do is put you on there. And now you are part of group 1 as well. Okay. So again, you're going to Roslyn after this. That should be automatically created for you at that point because the shunting sensor, all that's doing is getting you. Here we go. Another one. Roslyn, Columbia, Roslyn. But this one has 2 locomotives. So you don't have to do this. The rule is set only for this one. So one of the things I wanted to see is whether or not this will just pass it through or whether it's going to stop here because it doesn't have the auto sensor. And I think that's the second one. Yeah, it's going to have to be a manual thing because I can't have both sensors on here. I can't do that. So it's a really strange thing where like I'm not sure how to use the shunting sensor and, you know, also direct trains that don't fit that classification. How do I direct those trains to keep going automated without having to do this myself, right? Like, because I have to tell this where to go now. And that's not what I wanted to do. But this is no longer an automatic signal, right? And I can't use the relay. I mean, I guess I can, but like, that's just a relay. That's not going to give me a destination. You know, I want them to be able to, basically what I'm looking for is how do I get, maybe somebody in the chat knows, that's why I'm asking. How do I get a track, if you play this game, that has this ability to create like a shunting group, but if the train passing by doesn't fit that classification, like I want it to just proceed like with an arrival sensor, right? So that's what I'm looking for. And I mean, I can't use the arrival sensor at the same time as this. It doesn't let me do that. So like I'd have to use it here, but I don't think I'm allowed to do that. I mean, maybe I am, but I don't think I am allowed to do that. So this is 15,000. Maybe that's how it works, but it doesn't because this is in the middle. Like it's between us. So you can't directly go there, you know? So that's the weird thing. I had to figure out like how to use these two things at the same time. They don't seem to be able to do that, you know? So I'm gonna have to research that, I guess. We'll research that for the next video and then I'll show it. But so far, this is working out okay. Except, of course, we're not getting these commands put in anymore either. They're not directing the trains to go where they need to go, even though the commands are in place here. And it's because I have to select this first one. I don't want to do that one. I want you to go this way. But the first one you're doing is this one, and that's wrong. But it's the only thing I can do because it doesn't allow me to do the other ones. It's like if I delete this and start over with these commands, that's all I can do. I can't click this one. I have to click this one first before I can click this one. All right, see, it's little things. Like I'm trying to kind of figure out what the hell's going on with it. So I'll figure that out. I'm confused. Let me know in the comments if you have any advice. Actually, I think I just had a breakthrough. Like right after I stopped the recording, I had a little light bulb in my head go, wait a minute, right? I'm allowed to add more than one rule, right? It gives me the ability to add more than one rule. So what we could do is say composition like this, right? If you're going to Roslyn, if you're going to Columbia, whatever, right? If it's your next visit. If you have a combination like this, then all I want you to do is go to station. Like that is just that, right? I don't have to do anything else, actually. So this is kind of like an arrival sensor already. And I think I was just like totally confused about that. I still don't know why this isn't working, so I am going to work at that. But you just set a different rule set for these types of trains, and that's how that works. So like in this one, for example, you know, if you have this design, cool. But what if I want commuter trains in here? I would just add another rule set by clicking this again, and I would say, hey, by the way, any other train that you know, is going to DuPont as your next visit, if you have this combination or this configuration, then hey, you know, just go to the station. Done. And it will go to one of these depending on the schedule. That's how you handle it, right? So cool. Now I'm gonna leave. Still gotta figure this out and why these shunting commands aren't working. Thank you for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.